There are so many misconceptions out there about empaths. People seem to think that we're all emotional sponges, we're all super emotional and crying our eyes out, that we're all introverted and we like to seclude ourselves, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Because yes, even though all empaths share similar traits, how we choose to express ourselves as empaths is completely different from one empath to the next. And how we choose to express ourselves as empaths also depends on where we're at in our own personal development journey, our spiritual development journey, our healing journey as well. So when there are all these misconceptions or generalizations about empaths out there that are circulating, it can oftentimes cause a person who is an empath to feel like they're not an empath because they don't fit into this little box of what an empath is supposed to be. I know that that certainly was the case for me because when I first started finding out about what empaths were, I didn't identify as an empath initially. I never identified as overly emotional or sensitive. I always felt like I was a kind of tough personality, especially when I was younger. And I never used to also be impacted by other people's emotions necessarily, or I never felt other people's emotions necessarily, as far as I could remember at least. Because my early childhood is kind of a blur since I had a lot of trauma, so that kind of got erased from my memory, or at least my conscious memory. As I shared in one of my last videos, I'll put it down here in the caption for you to go check out, or you can go to my profile, but I talked about how after I had gotten my DNA activated and my healing powers came online, I had an experience with a friend right after where I realized like, whoa, I'm an empath, because I could feel the pain that they were going through in my body. And that's when finally it started showing up for me. The reason that I hadn't had those kinds of experience prior to my DNA activation is because I had done a really great job of shutting down my empathic abilities from a young age because of all the trauma that I had endured. That's why I didn't initially identify as an empath, because I didn't feel like I was so sensitive or emotional or any of that stuff, because I had done a really great job of shutting all that down. Just because you don't tick off all the boxes of what an empath is supposed to be doesn't necessarily mean that you're not an empath. I have a video series on 18 signs that you're an empath. I'll link it down in the caption as well. I'll try to put it in the comments. But if you do see that you have some of those signs of being an empath, then research online on ways that you can empower yourself as an empath, because chances are it's going to make a significant difference in your mental and emotional health especially, but definitely as well in regards to your energetic, spiritual, and physical well-being. You're always welcome to follow my account on how to become an empowered empath. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.